Hello and welcome back to another Brickrix tutorial. This hasn't really been requested, but it is a common problem that I find my friends aren't able to do, or a creation that my friends aren't able to create. It's an autocannon. Autocannons are quite simple to make once you get the gist of it. So it's a quite simple process, just a bunch of sensors, but I'll do step by step. Now, set this to 1. Oh, just did a screenshot. Anyways, so you want the sensor to be in the minimal input. You want it to be 0.5, and the maximum input you want it to be 0.0. You want it to be set on proximity, and if you have trouble finding the sensor, it's in control and it's right underneath the passenger seat. Now I'm going to construct a small autocannon. Very simple. Let me just do this. Now we're gonna do there we go. We'll do a 8x8 or 8 round. You're gonna want to put an actuator, a 1x1 actuator, and you're going to want to set the speed. You don't want to set it to beacon. You can either set it to beacon or action 1 if you want a continuous fire and not have to hold down a button constantly, but beacon. The speed, you want the speed to rotate at, depending on what you're doing. If you have multiple, you want to do 1.4 if you have a lot of them. And if you have fewer, you're going to want to do 0.4. No, 0.5. You're going to have it unaccumulated because it doesn't matter where it stops or where it goes. Get one of these, face it this way, and then get a rod, put there. Now it will rotate, obviously. That's what it's meant to do, is rotate. It'll rotate over the sensor, and it will trigger the sensor to go off and trigger the cannons. So real quick, you're going to want to change the channel index on each one of these, and you're going to want to go around, change one of the other. You do not want any sensors to be the same channel index as each other. So each one of these will be a different number. Takes a second, but the oh wait, hold on, I think I messed up here. No, I didn't. It takes a second, but in the end it's worth it once you got yourself an overpowered cannon. So let's just add a base here. Very simple base. Get ourselves some cannon, or a cannon. Now we're gonna, the cannons automatically are on action 1, but you want it to be on custom, and you want to make sure it's on channel index 1. Then every time you duplicate the cannon, you got to change the channel, so each cannon will fire when each sensor is triggered. If you do not do that, the autocannon will not work correctly. And if you all have it all set to 1, it's not going to fire more than once until it makes a full circuit, which that's not what you want, because then that just turns it into one cannon that's glitched inside of itself many times. So go here, then 11. Well, once again, it's a lengthy process. It's not something you can do within a couple of seconds. Ooh, okay. $15. And finally, oh wait, I was only supposed to do 8. Dang, I'm used to doing more than that. Whoops, that's an error. That was not meant to happen. You're only supposed to do it 8 times. So put it back to custom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Now that's the proper amount you want for this specific build, because you want 1 cannon for each sensor. Just slap a seed on here, and then boom, you got yourself an autocannon. So let's save that, go here, get rid of the other one I had spawned in. Okay, and then you turn it on. So that's an autocannon. It automatically does it, and you can increase. So you can increase the speed by a small bit. You usually don't want to increase the speed by a lot, because then when it comes back around, it won't be a steady stream. It'll be burst. But we'll see how 1 gets us. Yeah. So 1 would be the ideal. One would be the ideal for making an autocannon. Well, making that slow of an autocannon. I'll try and push it a bit further, so if you guys want, you can get the fastest speed possible. Let's go 2. See if 2 does it. Yeah, see how how it's a burst now? It's moving too fast. So 1.5 might be our limit. Let's see. No, 1.5 is still burst round. Okay, I think 1.2 might be the sweet spot. Yep, 1.2 is the sweet spot. So I think the fastest possible you can go with 8 shots is 2. It's pretty basic. It's not that hard to do. People just tend to get confused by the sensors and stuff. That's how I was before I got into making autocannon stuff. Real quick, I'll just showcase the I guess the possibilities. I recently built this, which I call a giga tank. It's not that high of a brick count, but it does a lot of damage. So, for instance, let me just drive over here towards the city, and then if you aim, it's got an electric motor. It's made out of mostly tungsten. The glowing parts are, well, yeah, they glow. So if you do that and you press Q, like what I just demonstrated, you can get a nice stream. Very quick, very fast, very destructive. Can level an entire city within maybe a minute. Autocannons are the most powerful thing you could have in this game, besides explosives glitched inside of each other. There's also this, which is actually lower brick count. You spawn it when you spawn it in. You just same thing. Press Q, and it does that. The possibilities with autocannons really are insane. But anyways, that was my tutorial on autocannons. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time I make a tutorial. Bye.